Hey guys, CruiseNickX back along with Lady Cassandra, whose character we will be playing in this part of the storyline. This is alright, so we just finished Sastasha Seagrot in the last video, so now we got less than an hour to run. Ready to hit about that job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania, and that's all I know. But whatever it is ye get asked to do, I somehow doubt it'll pose any trouble for a adventurer to suffice for the bedlam in Sastasha. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Mione, me counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, lass. Alright, how's my character geared? It's the same as ever, but we're gonna just run it. Ready to do your rolling?
Sure.
Alright, we're gonna purchase passage to Gridania. I forget where I am again. Alright, and here we are in lovely Gridania. And just up the stairs here, we got Mother Mione. You ready?
Yep. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to take your... Oh, it's you, lady. It is so good to see you again. What's that? Here at Batteron's suggestion, you say? A foul-mouthed rogue sends me word that an adventurer might be along for the job, but it turns out to be you. Well, this makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? With regard to the task in question, there is a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you.
And look at that, already level... what is it?
I leveled up.
I think that's level 16.
Awesome.
Either that or it's level 18. I don't fucking remember. I think it's level 18 because I went through Sastasha once already. Alright, here we go. Mione is waiting to brief you on your task.
Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it.
Beg pardons for the interrupting, Mione, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none step forward.
And good evening to you too, Bow Lord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is, your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that.
Well, if it isn't our very own woman for all seasons. You certainly have a knack for appearing when you're most needed, lady. My thanks for answering the call. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud.
Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. The place was once a Gelmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there.
Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen sulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lamb of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. Since we thwarted their attack on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment's respite. They have probed every ilm of our defenses in search of a weakness, compelling me to spread our forces far more thinly than I would like. The situation so being, we have no choice but to entrust the task of dealing with the Lambs of Dalamud to others. Can we rely on you to handle this matter, lady? You have my gratitude. Once you have seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself with the guard posted at the entrance. He will apprise you of the latest developments. That is all.
Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you.
And quest accepted.
Quest accepted.
Yes, when you were gone, I had to do the voice.
Oh my god.
I don't think I did that bad. Hell, someone actually told me my Admiral voice is actually almost as masculine as Meryl Webb herself. Alright, first things first, however, we need to visit a market board so we can gear up. I'm not going into this one under geared. I learned my lesson with tanks. Alright, we need... a level 18 Conjurer's Arm. The Elm Cane should do just nicely for that. And it's $5,000, which is none worse for wear. Let's see what I really need. I need earrings, a necklace, and some wristbands. So, let's look at necklaces. A Fang necklace should do nicely, but not for that price. Ugh. Okay, earrings are out. I just hope I get a pair. Oh, sweet! Pair for 500. Good. Which means I can get the, which means I can get the necklace. Even though it's expensive as all fuck, and I wouldn't do it for any other reason than for desperately because I don't have anyone else to craft one for me. I hope I get something in this one that actually helps me. I need to see an item comparison here. There we go. Essentially they have the same stats, so it's not like I need to worry about it too much. And the plundered moccasins just don't do anything for me. Alright, I should be well geared to get this done, so we're gonna hightail it to Bent Branch Meadows and use an Aetheryte ticket. We're gonna frickin' blaze through this as fast as we can. Hopefully we get a tank that can run this like fast. Because we've got almost a little more than a half an hour to blaze through this.
Hello. Looks like Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello. Hello.
Hello. It sounds like Seinfeld's hello, but in a female voice. Hello. was just my sister screaming. Because she's got nothing better to do. Damn it, I wish I had stealth. Gonna try and dodge any ads because I don't feel like freaking fighting anything. Except for what's in here. Your Lady Cassandra, take it. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bowlord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deepcroft and purge it of the Lambs of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Calamity to put an end to the Sixth Astral Era. The cultists took the lesser moon Dalamud for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge them. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. Alright, let's do it! Readying duty! Alright, let's do it! Let's play some football! Whoops, wrong game.
Some football! You're not ready for some football!
Hank Williams Jr., Bocephus. He's one of those guys you admire from a distance. Come on, DPS. Come on, you dip. Ha. I swear, when that shit happens, it makes me want to punch myself in the balls. Seriously? Come on. Let's go. Finally. And here we are, the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. You thought Sastasha was bad. It gets worse from here. Hey, what the fuck are you running for? Yeah, thanks. Just because you're too freaking... I can't believe I'm stuck in a dungeon with 3 guys.
Oh my god.
And I'm probably the only one who's even remotely close to geared. All the rest of them have mostly what they've earned throughout the I just derped for like 5 seconds there. the potion. Dude, stop trying to jump the ledge. You're not gonna do it. not bad. At least this is almost done. We're halfway there now. No love for my characters any. Why, Dragoon? And there go. Great. At least I have Medica. now you're level 19. That was close.
Wow.
Almost let the tank die. Alright, here we go. Bam. And it's Cthulhu! Why would you activate limit break at that point? And done. And with 9 minutes left to go. Foe strikers mitts. No love for the fuck. And I'm out of here. And received another player commendation. Alright, let's get this quest over with so we can move on to bigger and better things.
Some more jokes. You tell family stories, funny family stories.
Alright, you're up.
Welcome back, lady. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. You've made such a habit of succeeding that it's difficult not to take your talents for granted. Rest assured, however, Mother is impressed, even if she isn't surprised. Bull Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves with predictable consequences. Ah, as if to illustrate the point.
Avery's gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Pah! The hell's with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving. And it'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by way of some parting advice, get rid of Avery's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hell you'd like with it. But for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Wait! Don't leave me alone! Please! I'm so sorry, Avery. Please forgive me. You're up.
Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventures of your experience. I can send women like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ulda. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word, and I will be glad to share the details with you.
And that takes care of our level, of the Tam-Tara Deepcroft portion of these videos. So we're gonna log off for this one, and when we return, we will be returning with Bayon Ornir. But for now, I've got 4 minutes to log off this PS4, log into my laptop, and conduct a meeting of my FC. So until next time, thank you for Lady Cassandra providing voices of Mother Mione, because Lord knows I couldn't, and We'll see you next time. Cruznik and Lady Cassandra,
Hello.
out.